Чего?
It's what? What is that? It's
Что это?
It's the
Чего?
One Plushie. Have you ever wanted your very own manifestation of trauma itself in the form of a small, adorable plushie? What? Of course you
Что?
have. No.
Нет.
Introducing the Boiled One Plushie. Customers are raving.
I bought it before I wanted it, and it arrived before I purchased it.
Wow! Cool! Punish the deserving with the Boiled One Plushie. Punishable actions include breathing too loud, killing one stone with two birds, complaining about torture, being from a country, licking your fingers to turn the pages of a book. Doctor tested and approved. There are so many things you can do with your Boiled One Plushie. Things you should do with your Boiled One Plushie include feed it. It's always famished. Offer it fine meats. It's always famished. Purchase it. Here are some things you shouldn't do with your Boiled One Plushie. Look at it. Touch its stomach cavity. Make promises to it. Enjoy it. Decipher its messages. Let it fly your helicopter. It can't do that. Its pilot's license was suspended in 1962. Boil it. It's already boiled. Why waste your time? Be in its presence alone. Purchase it. We've been getting a lot of questions and concerns regarding the Boiled One Plushie. The Boiled One Plushie. Order now! Symptoms of harming the Boiled One Plushie may include assault, increasingly overwhelming sense of dread, bedtime trumpets, complete paralysis of all voluntary muscles, limbs, time with the monolith, a skin receive celebration, the gentle push from behind while you're on the stairs. Whether you buy it or not, it's on its way right now.
Arlo Bloom.
the Oddity Compendium, a beginner's anomaly education Welcome to the Oddity Compendium. Today, we will be learning about many wonderful and strange oddities that exist inside of, outside of, and around your universe. These strange phenomena can range anywhere from life forms, products, and organizations to even events and anomalous time periods. Important. The following information has been acquired from realities that may be separate from the one you are currently residing in. Please be aware that knowledge or comprehension of incompatible information may result in a conscious reality fracture. Fleshheads or mattress folk are a species of parasitic subhuman that highly resemble bedding mattresses. The body is a dormant flesh that appears identical to a standard mattress. However, slicing the thin sheet-like skin reveals many soft organs, limb-like appendages, and a humanoid head which hides beneath the skin. They were first discovered in the late 1960s when a mattress company was surveying excess storage. Upon finding many seemingly pristine mattresses that had not been sold, they gave them away to thrift shops and people in need. The people who received the mattress folk initially had no issues with faux beds. It wasn't until the air began to warm up that these beds awoke from their eventful hibernations. The first reported victim was 19-year-old Alice Digere. She had been sleeping on a flesh bed for roughly 6 months before her sudden disappearance. After noticing the stench of sulfur and rot originating from her bed, her family called authorities, and the inside of the mattress revealed a feasting parasite, several hundred human bones, and a half-digested Alice. The method in which mattress folks sustain themselves is by waiting for the body heat of a host to wake them from their dormant state. Kind of like an egg, but not nearly as tasty. After they wake, they slowly unfold themselves from their soft mattress-like bodies. This process is very gradual and happens underneath its body or on its side so as not to be detected. After roughly a month of this process and on a night 70 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, its head and arms fully emerge and pull the sleeping host into its body, where prey is slowly digested. Not much is known about how these sleeping beauties came about, but it is theorized that since they are subhuman, they were once a branch of Homo sapiens that merged with a mycelial network many years ago. Autopsies of fleshheads' digestive systems have revealed DNA samples from thousands of different people in each instance, some even tracing to people born during the 1600s. Another odd thing to note is that the mattress folk themselves contain DNA belonging to humans as well. One instance shared DNA in a blood type with Napoleon Bonaparte, leader of the French Republic during the time that the mattress folk were assumed to have come into existence. All in all, it might be a good idea to throw out that mattress that feels just a bit too warm lately. You might be sharing it with something unwanted. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bite. The headless macrocosm is a sub-reality nearly identical to Earth, save for the fact instead of humans, pale headless corpses remain in their stead. These corpses, though technically dead, do weakly breathe through the holes in their necks. Their hearts have also been observed to begin convulsing at seemingly random intervals. These beings are identical in appearance to one another aside from physical dimensions, which can vary severely between each corpse. The headless sub-people dwelling in this pocket reality have been observed changing their behavior when humans have physically interacted with them, and apparently gain a level of awareness and vitality when such events occur. There are approximately 2,393 living humans residing in this reality, all from parallel Earth. Every single resident recounts waking up in the headless macrocosm after falling asleep under strange circumstances back in their home realities. No one back in their own parallel homes remembers their faces or identities, which leads to the belief that this place could be a form of anti-reality. A waste compartment of the universe used for aspects of reality that are useless or harmful to existential fabric. The humans that live in the headless macrocosm are assumed to be taking shelter in abandoned structures and banding together to search for plant-based food during the warmer times. Fun fact. Humans have coined multiple terms and nicknames for these headless corpses, such as stumpies, cranes, and ichabodies. Despite this sub-reality being detached from main reality, an incident took place which created a temporary tier between the two. A man residing in the headless macrocosm was walking through a field with a small house in the center. Upon reaching the house, the man unintentionally brushed up against one of the breathing bodies. This body, just before motionless aside from the labored convulsions, sprang to life and removed the head of the man. It then proceeded to attach the severed head.
Это просто снимал, да, я знаю, просто снял пока что. Снять последний ролик. Именно это последний ролик, и поэтому решил снять вот так. Некоторые уже снимал. Мои первые ролики такие классные были. А вот сегодня